Sapphire Smith, my employer. I was about to get some information that would change the nature of our relationship. I was starting to think she was like the 60-cent lunch special. Cheap, flashy, strictly poison under the gravy.
Good.
So you must be the private investigator.
Yes, sir. You must be Mr. Smith.
Go to your room.
Fuck yourself.
I want to have a look at you. So I made arrangements to see you yesterday afternoon. But you managed to squirm your way out of it somehow.
I was at my office. You could have made an appointment if you wanted to see me, or just come by. No need to send in the clowns.
You're an unscrupulous man. I checked on you. I know you're kind.
My kind?
Yeah, you heard me.
Money can't buy everything, Mr. Smith.
Huh?
If that's what you think. Your daughter's well past the legal limit. You think you can keep her under lock and key forever? You...
Daughter? She told you she was my daughter?
Well, isn't she?
No. As a matter of fact, she's my wife!
Oh. Look, Mr. Smith, I didn't know she was your wife.
Yeah, I believe you. Most of her lovers didn't know she was married.
Lovers?
At first. Yeah. By the time they found out, she had them hooked up so completely that...
Lies! 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 Lies!
No, you're not the first of her lovers by any means. Quite frankly, I don't give a damn anymore what she does. If she had any discrimination, it'd be a lot easier to swallow. So I've been forced to have her watched all the time. And as you can see, it doesn't always work out.
If I'm so bad, why don't you give me a divorce?
Never! We had an agreement. A contract. It's called marriage. You got what you wanted. And I got what I wanted. Money for you.
What did you get?
The best sex in this screwed up little city. It was worth every penny. You hear me? And I intend to protect my investment. I will fight to my very last breath to protect everything that I own.
Own?
You want to marry her? Huh? You think you can support her? Huh?
Never given it any thought.
You couldn't pay her doctor's bills. Her sanity... Stop it! Stop it! You hear me? Why are you
What's the matter with you, you crazy bastard?
Do you think he's dead?
Of course not. What got into you anyway?
I always scream like that when he starts to nag me. It infuriates him, and he usually just goes away and leaves me alone.
I thought you were hysterical, kiddo.
Oh, what difference does it make? As long as it's exciting. What do we do? What do we do about this character?
I'll get some water. Where's the kitchen? I headed down the hall to the kitchen. Marriage or no marriage, Smith was crazy to stay mixed up with someone like Sapphire. Well, that was his business. I was through. No more Sapphire for me. Smith had a lot of influence in this city. If you wanted to push things, it could make it very difficult for me. Best to write it out. I'd bring him around, explain things as best I could. go right up my thumb.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna bring him to.
Oh? Something wrong?
Yeah.
Is he dead?
Could be any better. You want a drink?
Be a little one. So what do we do now?
I don't know. Suppose the smart thing to do would be call the police.
Wouldn't that be dangerous?
And how?
You and I both know it was an accident.
This lieutenant looking for an excuse to give me a hard time. If I don't wind up in the chair, I'll wind up at the Kingston pen.
No one will believe me either. Jake and I have had a few nasty arguments in our time, and I'm sure his lawyer has something on me that would... Well, this is very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. Unfortunate. Somehow the prospect of prison has encouraged me to do my right and proper duty as a citizen.
What about me? I don't want to...
There, kiddo. That ain't gonna do you no good. Best thing to do is call the police.
But...
When they get here, we clam up. We don't say anything. Let them figure it out if they can. When we get a lawyer, we tell them the details and hope for the best.
No! I'm not gonna rot in prison for this son of a bitch! Look at him. Take a good look. Look at me.
Okay? Sure. So?
Now touch him.
Really, dollface, I don't want...
Touch him!
Clammy.
It's not because he's dead. He's always like that. Clammy. And cold.
Bad circulation, I suppose.
Who cares, really?
How would you like to crawl into bed with that every night? Oh, I put up with it. Sure, just the way he said I did for the money. Thought he was so smart.
He ain't nothing but dead now, sister.
He never gave me cash, you see. He gave me charge accounts all over town.
It's a nice arrangement.
I came up with a system.
System?
I'd buy stuff. Furs. Something expensive. Then I'd sell it back to the sales girl for half the price without ever leaving the store. She could keep it, or she could resell it at the regular price. It's already been sold, see? So she comes out on top either way.
You never caught on?
I bought so many things, we could never keep track.
Pretty slick. How much you got?
Money.
How much?
I don't know exactly.
How much?
5 grand in a vault in Rama, another 10 grand in a safe deposit box in Hogtown, and a further 5 in Apsley.
That much.
That much. Maybe more.
It was enough to make me think things over. That was a tidy sum. Maybe Sapphire and I could work things out. We could live a long time on that kind of cabbage. If we stayed and risked trial, it would take only one churchgoer on the jury to put me away. I killed the husband of the woman I was sleeping with. 10 years at least. I couldn't do 10 years. She was right. Best to leave quietly and live large as long as we could.
Please. I'll make it up to you. You'll see.
I know you will, because I'll hold you to it.
Got a nice build for a private detective.
It gets me around. How much time we got?
What do you mean?
Servants, you must have servants. When do they get here?
Well, since Jake was supposed to be in the peg, I gave them all the next few days off.
What about those 2 clowns of his? Think you really fired them?
I think he did.
Wish I knew for sure.
They were fired when I told you.
They know all about us, Nightingale. If they go to the police.
You don't have to tell me. I'm in this as deep as you are. I'm ready to go. Let's get going.
I am too.
And let's leave.
We'll have to hit Apsley, then head west.
When you say you're the man, and it's up to you to decide.
Pack a bag with a few things. I'll go back to my office and grab some stuff. Be back here within an hour.
Leave me.
I'll be back, kitten. Don't be a bunny.
What about him?
You don't have to worry about him anymore. Back in a flash. Sapphire Smith. Man takes a bite of an apple, gets a piece of the core stuck in his teeth, you know? Tries to get rid of it with a piece of cellophane from a cigarette pack. What happens? The cellophane gets stuck in there too. What was the use? It was only a matter of time before I'd be sleeping with her again. That's life. Whichever way you turn, fate sticks out a foot for you to trip over. Smith was dead, all right. I had to get to the office.
Where the hell have you been? Why didn't you call?
Why didn't I go to China? Some things you do, some you don't.
You know how to use the telephone, don't you? You just stick your finger in the hole and you're tiny sweetness.
Not now.
You were with her, weren't you? Sapphire Smith?
What if I was? What's it to you?
Oh!
There, kiddo, that ain't gonna do you no good.
I make it my habit never to interfere in the goings-ons of my employees. But what is she to you?
Don't change your habits on my account.
I told you she was trouble. I told you she was no good.
She reminds me of a woman in a dream of mine. One of the better ones.
You can't live in a dream world.
Look, Gene, I'm a little busy right here.
What does she mean to you? You big stinker.
Stinker?
Yeah. I met plenty of hard-boiled eggs in my day. But you're a 20-minute.
What are you getting at, Gene? What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to tell you. Plow it on me, you big dumb wasp. What do you say we take this somewhere else?
Sorry, doll, love to, but,
What?
I'm kind of in a jam here, and
What has she gotten you into?
it's best to keep the details to myself.
I can read you like a book. You're just like any other man, only more so.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah, you're good. But first comes you, second comes you, third comes you, and then comes you. Oh, I bet you think you can get away with Moira, and I bet you often do.
Well, that's not true.
Really? What's she gotten you to this time, eh?
Can't do this now.
You can't do what? What is this?
Look, Gene, you know you're as cute as lace pants, but
Oh, shucks. Don't you say the sweetest thing.
I really gotta go.
Fine. You just go do what you're gonna do. I was a fool to think otherwise. Ah!
Felt bad keeping things from Gene, but I felt it for the best. Some women don't care how a man makes his living, only how he makes love. Gene was different. She cared about everything. I was starting to think she was sweet on me.
Wake up. Wake up.
Arthur,
Oh, good. You're awake.
where? Howard.
Never mind all that. We need to talk. Sit down.
Geez, thanks. See if bums work for him now.
It's not who we're working for.
It's who we're not working for.
Well, it's like that, is it? Should keep an eye on these two maroons. They're nothing but a couple of two-bit punks. They'll turn on you like the yellow-bellied cowards they are.
Hey, them's fighting words.
Enough! Spud, lad. Have business to discuss.
It's Bud.
What did I say? Listen. It has come to my attention that an important business associate has had a nasty accident. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Maybe I would.
Oh, I know that you do. Sapphire told me.
Sapphire, you talked to her?
She sang like the bird she is.
Not Sapphire.
When Jake didn't turn up for his conference, I got a phone call inquiring as to whether I knew of his whereabouts. You must have just left, because when I arrived, Sapphire was packing. Oh yeah, and Jake, dead, on the floor.
So?
You have two options.
Go on. You piqued my curiosity.
Number one, you turn yourself in. Can't avoid the flatfoots indefinitely. Wouldn't it be smarter just to get it all out in the open?
But as smart as cutting my throat open to get some fresh air.
That brings us to option number two.
I'm all ears.
You don't turn yourself in.
What's the catch?
You work for me.
Don't like the sound of that.
Not forever. Believe me, neither of us wants that.
So?
Let's not get bogged down in the details.
I'm a details-oriented kind of palooka, Mr.
The maestro.
All right. I know what I can put my feet into, Mr. De Maestro.
Don't we all? Leave him there for Sapphire. She can play with him until we're ready.
What?
Oh, you're awake.
Where? How did?
Never mind all that. Are you ready to go?
Is Spud ready to go? I mean, Bud, what I say? What is the goal of that doughishly handsome yet nefarious Mr. the Maestro? And who is that mysterious stranger